With all the excitement for the live-action projects from Marvel Studios, a lot of people seem to be sleeping on the upcoming Marvel's What If. Probably because it's an animated series, which is a shame because it looks amazing. So along with confirming a release window for Marvel's What If, which we'll talk about in just a minute, Marvel Studios released a brand new image of Uatu the Watcher from the upcoming Marvel's What If, who is voiced by the Batman's Jeffrey Wright. Now, once again, when we talk about the Watchers, we know that we briefly saw a glimpse of them in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and that was really it. And this was sort of our first hint towards Fox and Marvel working things out, because these are primarily Fantastic Four related characters. Now, when it comes to the actual What If series, it's going to be an interesting look into the Marvel Cinematic Universe from an animated perspective, because it's bringing us into completely new storytelling styles for Marvel, but also these stories are part of the bigger multiverse, if you will, that Marvel Studios is about to touch upon with multiple upcoming projects. So when it comes to recent updates, they did reveal that officially the series is coming in summer, and they seem to be teasing a middle of the summer release date, meaning that more than likely this series is hitting after Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings in July, which honestly is a perfect time to release this because it's after WandaVision, and introducing us to these weird aspects of the universe isn't exactly what we expect, but it's right before we get into the Eternals, and then of course Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, which will be going into live-action multiverse. Now, we also have no idea how many episodes are going to be in the first season. We know they confirmed that there's at least one episode per every movie, but there's no way that I don't think they release like 22, 23, 24, 25, who knows how many animated episodes in the span of a year. I think they're definitely going to try to spread it out so they can make this like a summertime release or something along those lines. Or maybe they're crazy enough to release like 2 a week, but that's a waste of content, honestly. And who knows if any plans have changed with this series, because it's quite evident that this series is going to be part of the proper MCU, because it has to be, because they said everything's going to connect, and this is another important piece of it. And if you start looking at the series with characters like Uatu, for example, being a big part of it, and how important he is for the multiverse, and down the road to what happens and how things change in the MCU, and eventually getting to that point where we can have Secret Wars, this series, I think, years from now will be more important than anything, because certain things they test in this, if they test well enough, you could see potential futures of live-action iterations. I mean, just think of this series sort of as a Mandalorian-style pilot test to what do the audiences want to see more of.